angry Pharaoh Queen and her entire undead army has taken captive my grandmother's dinner guests. Welcome. Have I a story for you? Well, if you don't know something about me, for as long as I can remember, I have had the strangest of dreams. They're not even usually set in the present time. My dreams, of course, take place in the past. Because what would be a dream without a venture to a far-off place and far-off time? So given that I am a major American history buff, you would think that my dreams would take place in American history, and sometimes they do. Like, I have had a couple of very bizarre Civil War style dreams. I've had some Revolutionary War style dreams, but the strangest of them I think was spawned by my binge watching of The Mummy. I watched all the Mummy movies and I really enjoyed myself, I think a little bit too much, and it seeped into my subconscious. It was the 1920s, of course, and I'm standing there with my band of archaeologists in the background, and we roll away this gigantic tombstone, and we go into the burial chamber, which is filled from floor to ceiling with all these artifacts and gold, and it's beautiful, and all along the walls there's like these ledges, but little did we know that the tomb that we were entering was the tomb of a very angry Pharaoh Queen who had vowed and plotted her revenge for all of her eternity, that she would take vengeance upon anybody who came and disturbed her slumber, which happened to be us. So the angry queen rises from her undead state and commands this gigantic Anubis army to come forth, which were these mummies with Anubis heads. They just materialize all around this tomb and surrounding my merry crew of archaeologists. And as any good Egyptian Tomb Raider style mummy dream needs, we had to have some mummy fighting music. So there we are in the middle of all of these mummies and we're trying to fight them off, but nothing that we do makes them go away, and they just keep multiplying and multiplying, and we're in this burial chamber awaiting our end, and then the dream stops, because no mummy dream would be complete without a nice sequel, which is just what I got. The next part of the dream, we're sitting, me and all of my archaeologist buddies, we're in the car and we're driving to my grandmother's house for a dinner party. But my grandmother's house looks kind of strange because it looks like my house. So that's very weird. And we get there for the dinner party and then realize that the angry Pharaoh Queen and her entire undead army has taken captive my entire family and my grandmother's dinner guests and imprisoned them in a tomb somewhere far, far away. And I am standing there trying to figure out how to free my family and my grandmother's dinner guests, and I realize all of a sudden that the Pharaoh's undead army can be freed using the spell book of the undead. So I recite this incantation and free all of the undead mummies from their curse that had been cast on them by this Pharaoh Queen, and then convince them to come up over onto my side and free my family from the tomb where they were imprisoned. Then the angry Pharaoh Queen finds out about it, and as you can imagine, if you had been plotting your revenge on all of mankind for a millennia from the underworld, that you would not be too happy about the fact that someone foiled your plans, and she was not. So I'm running from the angry Pharaoh Queen inside of my own house, and then the captain of the guard from the undead Pharaoh's army comes over to me and tells me,
"They left me a sign,"
and points to the stars, which are somehow inside my house, by the way. And I'm sitting there going, huh? I was very confused by this very ethereal and nebulous set of instructions, and it only got worse when the captain of the undead pharaoh's army clarified by saying
East.
and pointed west, and then corrected himself and pointed east. So naturally, all of this would lead me to go 20 minutes north by foot to the nearest town. So I'm walking in the desert, and I'm walking and I'm walking and I'm walking, and then I realize after about halfway that it's too far to walk. So I go back to my house in the dead of night, and it's covered in moonlight, and in true Von Trapp fashion, I roll my car out of my driveway in the moonlight and skirt off to the town that's 20 minutes north of me, and I'm luckily reunited with my family and my grandmother's poor dinner guests who just wanted to go to a party and ended up being abducted by an angry pharaoh queen and her undead army. It was just the weirdest dream. I can't say it's the weirdest dream I've ever had because I've definitely had a whole bunch more really bizarre dreams, and I have no doubt in my mind that I will continue to have some very, very odd dreams in the future, but that, yeah. No, so trust me, if you suffer from some strange dreams, I understand. I have had plenty of them, and I sympathize wholeheartedly. So I hope you enjoyed my story, and I hope to see you again soon. If you liked my video, please hit like and subscribe. So thank you. Bye.